Number 2 in the Lady Jets Holiday Classic. And what a classic this will be. 9 and 11 meeting. Buccaneers of Shelton State ranked number 9. And Chipola at 14 and 0 on the year, ranked number 11. As we take a look at the ladies who will be on the floor first for Chipola. Running Clavande, Daniel, Brown, and Brill. And meanwhile for Shelton State, it'll be Bone, Niconia, Hamdi, Amanozi, and Thomas. Hi everybody, Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. On a ball game that will definitely have an impact on the rankings. In those rankings that come following the holidays. The NJCAA puts out a ranking about the 15th of December. And then doesn't do it again until after the Christmas holidays and into New Year. So this game will definitely make a dent in some shape, form, or fashion. Either Shelton State won't be 9 or either Chipola won't be 11. Niconia bringing it down low, getting a feel for where the defense is. Puts it up, drops it in. Able to get around the defense of Brill. And there is the first 2 points of the ball game. They belong to Shelton State. Inside the hangar in Americus, Georgia. On the drive, that is Brown. Loose ball retrieved by Amianazi. Quickly to the other end of the floor, off the rim for Hamdi. And Chipola. Tip from the backside by Hamdi, but able to keep it are the Indians. Fed outside of the arc, putting up the 3 ball is running. And that will go out of bounds. And be Shelton State basketball a couple of minutes into the game. Well, this classic is becoming synonymous with these kind of matchups. In years gone by, you've had a lot of top 20 matchups. Thomas missing on the 3. And we'll have some more top 20 matchups. Eastern Florida is a top 20 team. Or maybe top 25. Drop 10 on the opposite end of the floor by Ball. Quickly to the other end of the floor, there is a foul called. Bone winds up against the padding at the end of the floor. And Bone will go to the stripe after the personal. And then apparently being charged to, let's see, I know it's not what's currently on the board. It says number 14 and her 4th foul. That would be 4 fouls in record-breaking time, number 1. And number 2 is there is no 14 for Chipola. Bono for 2. Keeps it a 5-4 Chipola lead. Off the glass for 2. And that is McDonald who has checked into the game. And Shelton State will turn it over. Shelton State, only a couple of losses this year, and both came to the same team, Three Rivers, the number 6 team in the country. And the last time Shelton State lost to Three Rivers was by 2 at home. Given down low, a couple of head fakes, nothing there. Feeding out to Heron, who has checked into the game. Over to Ruddock. Ruddock forced to put it up with 2 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Thomas. To the other end of the floor, Thomas able to get a piece of the Ruddock shot. Fadeaway firing, Hamdi. And it is a 1-point game. On the floor with the dribble, stolen away in the paint. Loose ball, bodies all over the place. Whoever said basketball was not a rough and tumble sport? Put in play from the near sidelines, given to Ruddock. Daytona State and Northeast Mississippi coming up next. Just a little strong with a Daniel 3. Put back in for McDonald. Homney with a drive, couldn't get it to drop. Kinona eventually into the hands of Thomas. Homney swats it back to Thomas. Thomas around the cylinder. Bone couldn't get it to fall either. Multiple chances, no points for the Buccaneers. Rebounded by Thomas. Hamdi. Given over to Obianazi. And Obianazi will go to the stripe. But I think it'll be after the immediate timeout. Already halfway through the stanza. In a 9-6 contest. 11-9. Chipola and Shelton State.
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
A little better than 5 minutes into the game. In a 9-6 contest. Well, I don't think there are jitters necessarily from either team coming in, but maybe some post-holiday, not blues, maybe a little too much turkey. Takes a quarter or two to get back into the groove after the holiday break. And as a result, between two explosive offenses, just a total of 15, now 16 points. Obianazi 1 for 2. Well, I haven't seen Madonna Thompson's mom and dad, who I think celebrated an anniversary recently. And if I'm not mistaken, it was like 50-something. It can't be true. I mean, they don't look like they could be celebrating 50-somethings. But happy anniversary. I'm assuming they are back home in Tennessee versus here. Kenonia dropping it in, tying the game up at 9. Hand it over to Daniel. Kid goes to Ruddock. Working it to the elbow on the left side, trying to break the 9-apiece tie. And Obi and Ozzie just wanted that one more. Gives it over to Hamdi. Down low give to Niconia, and Niconia breaking the 9-all tie. Back into the ball game comes Brill for Chipola, and checking in for the first time is Lindria Dudley. Hotney with a jumper, just a little bit strong on the 3. Dudley with the rebound. And a foul called as Brown takes it to the glass. And Brown headed to the stripe. Here comes McKenna Minter in. And with Minter coming in, Daniel will leave the game. Brown, a 75% free throw shooter, on a 71% free throw shooting Chipola team. And she'll get both to tie it up at 11. And there's another foul. That'll be the last of the first quarter fouls that bring it in from the sidelines. Both teams are on the verge of the bonus, as it is put in play to Hamdi. Niconia gives to Thomas. Just a little bit strong with the short 2. Battle of the bigs, and this one won by Brill. Hamdi bringing it to the left side into the corner and apparently carried it. So does Chipola basketball. The officials conferring. And let's see what the conversation over at the scorers table might be all about. Looking at the clock, 1:55. See if anything changes there. 30-second clock at 30. Talking to the scorekeeper, though. So either a possession issue or I'm not sure what the other item might have been. But everything stays as is, and we get the game back in progress. off the Indians. Alonia Kimball coming into the game for the Bucks as Nakonia goes to the sidelines. Hobney feeding into the corner, got sandwiched. And let's see which side of the sandwich picks up the foul. That is going to be charged to Brown. Well, maybe our scoreboard isn't right on fouls committed either, because they say and have said 4, which would have meant on that foul somebody goes to the stripe, and they didn't. Well, let's see if somebody goes to the stripe on this one. Doesn't look like it. Well, maybe no foul. Just swatted out of bounds by the Indians. In play to Thomas. Near the elbow, Hobney with a miss. Rebounded by Brown. Minter taking it to the left side. Once on the floor with a handoff from Carmucci to Brown. And now you've got a whistle, a foul. If that's on Brown, that's 2 quick ones on Brown. And apparently now we go to the strike. I think maybe our scoreboard here isn't completely functioning. Well, it says the last foul was committed by 23. Again, not a 23 on the Chipola team, and said it was 23's fourth. So I'm thinking maybe we don't have all the options on the scoreboard working properly. Running shot blocked by Thomas. Hobney with a top side and a 1-point game. The steal and the lay-in. 3-point advantage, compliments of Dudley. Hobney feeds it into the corner. 3. It is off the rim and no good for Obianasi. And that is done in for a quarter of basketball. 2 top 15 teams in what we anticipated. A battle at the Lady Jets Holiday Classic. Well, there is Tanisha Davidson, head coach at St. Petersburg. They picked up their 2nd win of the year just prior to the start of this one. St. Petersburg, a 62-51 winner over Chattanooga State. As we get into the 3rd game of the Classic. Chipola with the basketball to begin the stanza. In a 3-point game. Ripped down by Brill. Feeds it out to Ruddock. Ruddock with a miss on the 3. Thomas with a rebound. Kicks it out to Hobney. Obianazi with it. Almost lost control. Gives down low. Kimball struggling to find that loose ball, and you got the possession arrow keeping it on the Buccaneer end of the floor. As again, bodies are all over bodies. Hobney to put it in play. Checking into the game for the Indians is Clavande. 5 on the shot clock. Not a lot of time to waste. Thomas taking it to the glass for 2. Lob down low to Brill. This time Brill taking on Kimball. Same results though. And Nakonia up and getting ready to come back into the ball game. Hobney to Thomas, puts it up from long range and splashes it in from 3-point range. $17 each. Directing a little traffic out front is Daniel. Lobs down to Brill. And I think Kimball must have fouled her. It'll be brought in from the baseline. Nakonia back into the ball game, put in play by Ruddock. And Ruddock backing it out to near midcourt. Big 3 dropped in by Daniel. Nakonia with it at the strike. Obianazi back to Nakonia. Just a little bit short. Brill defending. Came down with the board. Hands it over to Daniel. Running back over to Daniel. Daniel again thinking about a 3 from where she hit one just moments ago. Gives to Brill. Brill short. And there's going to be a foul on Minter. Brianna Adams coming into the game. Thomas will go out for the Buccaneers. Into the paint to Adams. Adams winds up on the floor. Ball out of bounds. Serena Heron back into the game too for the Indians. Daniel to put it in play. Does so to Ruddock. And don't forget, if you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, man, would we love for you to. Hobney with the take. Gives it over to Adams, and Adams will attract the foul. there should be a subscribe button nearby. And what you get access to is not only games, but interviews, shorts. You know, YouTube's got those shorts. And more. Shows. You name it. And you make us happy, too, trying to get to 5,500 this weekend. And I think we came into the game 51 shy of 55. Rebounded by Omi and Ozzie. Ball off. Daniel with the board. Niconia. Air ball on the 3. That will not make Madonna Thompson particularly happy. And I think Niconia deliberately said, you know what? I'm not going to look at Coach on the way down. I'm going to just kind of ignore and try to get back into her good graces. Homney to the glass, draws the foul. Homney going to the stripe, checking into the game for Chipola is Dudley. First free throw good for Homney. A 64% shooting free throw team. Homney 60%, averaging about 13 points a game. Into the paint, spin move. Clavande with a miss. Opportunity for the Buccaneers to reclaim the lead. That'll go out of bounds. Last touched an Indian. And Shelton State will have possession. In play to Niconia, then given to Homney. Back to Niconia. And that is short by about 6 inches, and that's got Coach Thompson up, ready to get Niconia out of the game, and Thomas back in. Rebounded by Obi and Ozzie. Takes it coast to coast, short of the shot, got the board. Homney to Bone. And Bone through traffic, drawing the foul. And that is going to take us to the media timeout, I think. And it will. Buccaneers will be at the line with an opportunity to tie the game and maybe take the lead when we come back. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Chipola 1-point lead. Shelton State trying to change that. Coming out of the timeout. As they will go to the stripe. Team out of Florida, team out of Alabama, playing here in Georgia this weekend. Chipola has played a lot of Alabama teams this year thus far. Their non-conference schedule. Getting ready to take on Panhandle Conference teams as their regular conference schedule. 1 of 2 turns it into a 20-all game. Daniel with a miss. Hobney with a rebound. Hands it over to Obianazi, and it just looked like Obianazi was saying, I'm not real comfortable with this aspect of the game, bringing it down the floor and gets it back to Hobney quickly. Give it to Kimball. Kimball shot misses, rebounded by Herring. On the other end of the floor, the lay-in by Ruddock. Kimball decides to shoot the 3-ball off the rim. Ruddock grabbing the rebound. Ruddock to the stripe, shooting a pair. After the personal. Ruddock on the season, a 78% free throw shooter. 178 points. Second most on the team. Daniels got the most, 230 on the year. Hobney on the Buccaneer end of the floor in a 24-20 contest. Off the rim with a 3 try by Kimball. Out it goes to Minter. Bringing it down low, missed the shot, drew the foul. Adams the guilty party. And Minter will go to the stripe and shoot. Thomas coming back into the game. Kimball out. Niconia back in. And Adams out. Three left in the half. Chipola with a 5-point lead. Given out to Hobney. Niconia stolen away by Minter. Off the rim, Niconia with the rebound. Outlet to Bone. Tipped by somebody. Thomas the intended target. Ruddock's got it now. And that is a long 2. It expands into a 7-point lead. Hobney missing on the 3. Thomas with a follow-up, couldn't get it to drop. Marisa Jenkins checking into the game for the Buccaneers. Minter looking to the sidelines. Coach Roll with instructions on the trip down. Hobney lays it up and in. Tipped away briefly from Dudley. Got it back. Takes the shot. Will be an Ozzie with it. Down the floor it goes to Jenkins. 3-ball not there. Rebounded by McDonald. Ruddock with it, brings it about 8 feet out, banks it off the glass. Seven-point Chipola lead. Hobney lost it, loose ball retrieved by Dudley. And there is a Hobney foul. And we'll put Dudley on the floor. Hobney coming to the sidelines, checking into the game is Jalen Pleasant. And the question that Donna Thompson had for Hobney as she walked by was simply why. Brown to put it in play to Ariel Fossison. Brown trying to get it down low, tipped away. Jenkins almost able to grab it. It almost doesn't count in basketball. It's just, what is it, horseshoes, hand grenades, and something else. Jenkins with her first trip to the stripe. .44% free throw shooter. Averaging about 6.5 a game. Shelton State averaging 77 a game. And Chipola 88. That means typically you got about 160 points on the board between the two, which would be about 80 at halftime, and we're not close to that. So both teams scoring at a clip substantially lower than normal. And there you have it. It is halftime. And at the half, Shelton State 23 and Chipola with a lead at 29. John Watford, the president of South Georgia Tech, our halftime guest coming up.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
It is good to have with us at halftime Dr. John Watford, president of South Georgia Tech. Doctor, how are you?
I'm doing great, Robert. How are you doing today?
I am doing good as well. Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk. I know we do this about once a year, so it's become a routine.
That's great. I always enjoy talking to you, and it's always fun to talk about great things at South Georgia Tech, and of course our great men's and women's athletic programs in our Jets and Lady Jets.
Let me ask you this before we even get started on questions about South Georgia Tech, and I've been asking this of various individuals. It just feels like to me there is kind of a renewed or growing interest in junior college athletics. And that might be exclusive to this year. Does that seem to be true at events that you attend?
I really feel it too. People are beginning to respect the value of coming to a 2-year school. We've even had some of the recruits' family where the students were being recruited by 4-year D1 schools, and because their families were involved in athletics and at the college level and on even into the professional level, they wanted their young person to come to a JUCO school because if you go from straight out of high school into that D1 school, unless you are a superstar, and I mean a really big superstar, you're not going to get much play time. And a lot of things could happen during that redshirt year or the freshman year or even the sophomore year. But when you come to a JUCO school and you are that superstar in high school, your playing time is going to be a lot more increased. And of course, more play time you get, the better you get, the more experience. So from that side of it, I have seen an especially renewed interest in 2-year opportunities.
And let me say, too, to the fan, I say this often as well. If you don't go to a junior college athletic event, there's a good chance you are missing somebody that is going to be playing at the professional level at some point. And South Georgia Tech, a perfect example of that with Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder played his ball there, and, man, he hit the big time and played in the NBA for a number of years. Heck, he may still be. I don't know.
I believe he is.
But so you're missing out if you don't go check out a JUCO event.
Well, and, we have great players, and I say we, at South Georgia Tech we do, but in all of these colleges that we compete with, it's fascinating to see the level of talent that comes out on the courts. And a lot of our locals have realized that. I know you've seen it when you're at the games and you see the fans that are out there. And it's not just people that are directly connected with South Georgia Tech, even though a lot of them are, and we love to have those. But there's a lot that just love the sport and love athletics and come out just to see the talent, not only here at South Georgia Tech, but from the other colleges as well.
All right, let's talk about sports in South Georgia Tech. On the ladies' side, you've got a coach who is now in his second year, and your AD as well, and off to a great start.
Yep.
So you got to be pleased with that hire.
I am so pleased with Jason Carpenter has hit the ground running. He already had some great coaching experience. The athletic director, administrative side of it was a little new to him, but he's very mature. He's very intuitive and very smart. So all those things translate to a great administrator. So he's doing a great job on both sides. But I love the way he connects with the students, the players. He communicates so well with our faculty and staff because a coach has to do those things. And then I've seen him with recruits and their families. And, that's a critical part of coaching is being able to relate and understand what those recruits are thinking, what their family members are thinking when they're coming to look at our college in hopes that their student might come. So he's got all those boxes checked, and I'm looking forward to continued great season with Jason at the helm.
And on the other side of the court, on the men's side, Chris has been there in South Georgia Tech, I think 12 or 13 years as a whole. Not that long as a head coach,
right?
But definitely he is part of the reason there's kind of a family atmosphere at South Georgia Tech.
He really is. Chris brings so much to the table. He has that very even keel demeanor. Yes, just like any good coach, he's gonna when it's time to get your back hair up, he'll get his back hair up. But it's not a every 5-minute thing with Chris. He's going to do it when it's necessary. And he's fun to watch coach. Some coaches are very laid back, and I would say Chris is a little laid back too, but I enjoy watching him coach because I see a lot of leadership, and I see a lot of respect from the students toward Chris and Ray Johnson, his assistant coach. And of course, we've got a great assistant coach in Olivia Melvin on the ladies' side. So I'm really proud of this whole coaching staff that we have and the opportunities that they're bringing for these students.
And always when we converse, I'm thinking about the athletic side because that's what we're involved with. But obviously, a much larger side of South Georgia Tech is the academic side. So the last time we talked, I know there were new things coming. What about this year, a year later? Is there still more on the horizon?
There is. We're real excited that we have just at the end of 2024, we've just received approval from the Georgia Board of Nursing to begin accepting students for our LPN to RN bridge program. That's for students who are already, I say students, people who are in the community already practicing as a licensed practical nurse can come back, and in one more year they can get their RN and sit for their RN license. That's big for South Georgia Tech to be able to offer that, and it's big for our athletes because there's a lot of biology courses and courses that are readily transferable to D1 schools, which all of our athletes aspire to do that, to transfer on to a D1 school. And those courses transfer a lot better, especially if they're wanting to go into the medical side of sports science. And so I know a lot of them are taking some of those biology classes that we've just recently started offering because of the RN program. So that's big for everyone.
I imagine that process is very extensive, so we won't ask you to take us through the entire process, but length of time, is that something that you give birth to idea-wise years in advance? How long does it take that to come to fruition?
You know, it has been years. We got serious about it probably about 15 months ago. The application process was at least a year long. The application is almost like a college a doctoral dissertation that you submit to the Georgia Board of Nursing, because you've got to have your plan, not just plan in place, but you've already should already have committed some resources and finances to the program before they will approve the program. So there's a lot into it. We've already hired the 3 nursing staff that we had to hire in addition to that biology instructor. So yes, there's a lot of preparation that goes into that.
I picture you as a goal-oriented kind of guy, and that when one goal is achieved, you've already thought about the next one, what you want to pursue next. So what does John Wadford want to pursue next?
You know, we have a lot of opportunities for students at South Georgia Tech, and our goal is to continue to increase those opportunities without minimizing what we already do. Our mission is workforce education. And we have just signed a new partnership with AGCO. We've talked before about our partnerships with Caterpillar and John Deere. Well, AGCO is seller of Fendt and Massey Ferguson tractors. And so that covers 2 more bases with diesel tractors and a partnership where they'll be supplying training for our instructors and our students, as well as equipment supplies. So we've just signed that agreement. We'll be moving forward with putting that in place during the year 2025. We're also very excited about the opportunity to continue to work with Georgia Southwestern State University. They have a new president over there, Dr. Michelle Johnston, and she's coming to us from coastal Georgia. And she is on fire for partnerships with both South Georgia Tech and with our Sumter County school system. And we've already had several meetings and are working toward that end. So that's going to open up some articulation agreements for students to be able to continue their education after they leave South Georgia Tech, if they once they get employed, or even if they choose not to go straight into the workforce and want to go straight into that bachelor degree opportunity, that will be available to them. So all those things are on the drawing boards and in the process of implementation now, and we're really excited about that.
One thing I see when I drive past junior college campuses, all over the country, is a lot of construction. So we've talked about academics, athletics. What about the physical aesthetics there on campus? I mean, is there things that you would like to see built or constructed over the course of the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes, sir. We definitely want to see our dorms expanded. We call them dorms. I know that's kind of an antiquated terminology, but our college has been around a while. But our residence halls, we have 250 beds in our residence halls, and even when right now our enrollment's up, and we actually had to turn away students that were on a waiting list to go into the residence halls. And from a president standpoint, you never want to turn students away. We want everyone. And but we just didn't have a place for them. And so we try to put them in online classes and things like that, but they really wanted to live on campus. So we want to expand that opportunity for our students. And we're also expanding the gym. That project is already on the ground. You'll see some construction in the gym even as we speak. At the front part of the gym, it won't affect the game other than where the facilities might be used in the concessions area. But we're going to continue to expand that out and add classrooms and an exercise room for our general student body, but add classrooms for our rec and leisure management program that is part of our academic offerings down here in the gym.
I'm going to bring it full circle and go back to athletics. Do you foresee at some point additional sports there at South Georgia Tech?
You know, I never want to rule out anything. Whatever we do, we want to be great at it. We never want to just have something just to say, yeah, we've got that program. But we also want it to be able to sustain its own cost. We don't use state dollars. We don't use taxpayer money to finance our JETS program. We use local dollars and Booster Club monies, and we're very grateful to our Booster Club and our Booster Club members for that. But we're able to balance those with those budgets. If we ever were to add, we would probably start, because we have tennis courts. We may have a tennis team. We may add track, maybe even a softball team, because we have a softball field. But all those would be on the 5-year strategic plan, let me say, rather than the next year or two strategic plan.
Dr. John Watford, president of South Georgia Tech, it is always a pleasure to talk to you, and obviously an honor to be able to stream Jets basketball. Thanks for being our halftime guest.
Thank you, Robert. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Second half action about to get underway. Chipola and Shelton State, just about when you anticipate you get when 11 and 9 meet. 6-point lead going into half number 2. Chipola with the basketball. 3 no good. Quickly to the other end of the floor and is laid in by Obinanazi. And Shelton State quickly cutting into the advantage. Taking a look at some of your first half numbers as you've got a walk by the Indians. Leading scorers in the first half of the Indians, Ruddock and Daniel, both with 8. Top rebounders were Hareen and Colombe, who both had 3. There are some foul issues, specifically for Brown with 3 fouls. Also, Klabande has got a couple of personals. Most time on the floor in the first half, it belonged to Ruddock. Out there for 17 minutes plus. Rebounded by Thomas. Gives to Hamdi. And Hamdi the bucket drew the foul as well. And we'll go to the line with an opportunity for 3. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, top scorers Hamdi and Nikolna, both with 6. The top rebounder was Omianazi, who had 6. Foul issues, you've got a couple with 2. And those 2 with 2 are Kimball and Hamdi. Omianazi never left the floor in the first half. 20 minutes total. Points off turnovers for Chipola, 3 for Shelton State. Part of the reason for a lack of points off turnovers where there weren't that many turnovers. From the bench, Indians scored 7. Shelton State scored 1. Lead changes 3 and ties in the game 5. And those are your first half numbers. Hamdi got bumped by Brill rather. Might have burned like a grill, but it was a Brill. They put the bump on Hamdi, and Hamdi back at the strike. As Brill picks up a personal and goes to the sideline. Hamdi in the first half went 2 for 2 from the line. Turns it into a 2-point game. Dropped in by Ruddock. Nikolna, she's got the 3. Struggled a little bit in the first half, finding that range. Apparently, the appropriate adjustments made at the half. Ruddock responds on the other end of the floor. Rebounded by Heron. Daniel taking it the other way and is taken away. Omianazi with it. Doesn't have the numbers. Waits for teammates. Down front to Hamdi. Northeast Mississippi and Daytona State coming up. Hamdi with a miss. Eastern Florida and South Georgia Tech wrap up the day. Give it over to Carmucci. Minter feeding out front to Hareen. Daniel, who can hit those threes. Too strong. Rebounded by Hamdi. There is the 3. Bone dropping it in from long range. And the Buccaneers, who struggled from behind the arc, have a three that's got them to within one at the 5:58 mark.
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
Enjoying a day at the hangar. Catching some basketball here on the campus of South Georgia Tech. And yeah, what a great game to catch. I mean, you're talking about the number 11 team in the country in Chipola, unbeaten at 14-0, and the number 9 team in Shelton State, whose only losses have come to the current 16. Three Rivers. In play to Ruddock in a 1-point ball game. Oh, yeah, and that's the other factor. You got two top 11 teams, and you got a 1-point game in the third. And Colding gets fouled. Looks like Minter did it. It'll be brought in from the baseline. Pong on the floor with the dribble, gives to Hobby, looks down low to Nicola. And Nicola battling here and dumps to an open Thomas. Found the back door open, and Thomas, the bucket and the foul. And the Buccaneers taking a 1-point lead. Thomas at the stripe trying to cap off the three. Thomas, a 62% free throw shooter, averaging 7 a game. Two-point Buccaneer lead. And a ton of time to go in the game. Ruddock to Daniel, puts up the three ball, off the rim. And Hobney's just picked up her third foul. So put in play by Ruddock. Gets it to Brown. Brown with 3 personals too. And you get a jump ball. And Brown may have a contact issue. We've made it to the media timeout. They'll tend to Brown's contacts, and we'll get back to the basketball in about 60 seconds. Just about all white. Jones County diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Love Shack from the B-52s, a Georgia band, by the way. A little story that kind of goes along with the GCAA, the Commissioner Dave Elmer. I want to think it was his grandparents' place, maybe. That the B-52s used to rehearse. And as a matter of fact, I think, if I'm remembering the story correctly, and listen, I've been known to repeat stories that were not correct based on my, belief. But I want to think that that was where the song Love Shack came from. Obianazi apparently pushed before taking the shot. And the 3 won't count. Through an elbow. And you can scratch the 3 and ball back into the hands of the Indians. Brown off the glass. Nicona from way out front has already hit a 3, misses that one. Daniel coming down with the rebound. Into the corner, Brown. Air ball, Nicona on the receiving end. Admittedly, a little different looking Buccaneer team with Hobby on the sideline. She's got 3 personals. Thomas hitting the 2-pointer. So the Buccaneers trying to protect Hobby a bit. They would probably like to get through the third without having to call on Hobby. Then bring her back into the ball game for the final 10 minutes. But that will depend on the next 3 minutes, 21 seconds. Hand it over to Pleasant. Jennings missing on the 3, rebounded by Brown. Off the rim, it is a Pleasant rebound. Obianazi with a miss from long range. Daniel on the other end of the floor drawing the foul. And that'll be charged to Obianazi. Putting Daniel at the stripe. Adams, Bone coming into the ball game for Shelton State. And Daniel with an opportunity to draw this game even. Obianazi giving down to Nicona. And Nicona trying to create the look, couldn't get it to fall. The rebound belonging to McDonald. McDonald with a lean in, not there. Bone tracks it down, gets it to Nicona. Over to Pleasant. Nicola from the top of the key. Couldn't coax it over the rim. Rebound belonging to Brill. And a foul called on Adams. Brill out of the game. Tyra Brown checking in. 2 Browns on the floor for Chipola. There is Myra. There is Michaela. Adams with the steal, gives over to Pleasant. Adams for 3, short. And the rebound wrapped up by Clavande. Count the bucket. An opportunity for another for McDonald. So McDonald going to the strike. Trying to cap off a 3 with 1:06 to play in the third. And looking to expand the lead to 3. Well, apparently a lane violation. Prior to the shot, nullifies the opportunity. Keeps it a 2-point game. Abianazi with it. Working her way to the left side. Bone down low to Nicola. That is Adams putting in the perimeter 2. And we are tied at 42. Brown taking it baseline off the glass. Nicola might have gotten a piece of it. Buccaneers hoping to take the lead going into the fourth. Look to be taking the last shot of the stanza. From the top of the key. Pleasant with a miss. Is there time? Off the glass, no. And that is it for 3 quarters of basketball. Not surprised. Don't have a leader going into the fourth. a little camera here in the arena as well, so had to get some of the fans in on the shot, doing a little, dancing, clapping, singing to Our House, although I don't think that was the original artist. Problem is, I've been around so long now that a remake could be an oldie. I don't think that was the original artist, though, that did it. My House. And I can't remember who did My House. That'll be a project for my Googleology course when I get back to the hotel room tonight. 42 each in the fourth. Non-shooting foul will be brought in from the baseline. Homney back into the ball game. Thomas breaking the 42 each tie. It is a 2-point Buccaneer lead. Thomas tips it out of bounds. Here comes a trio of new Indians into the game. Ruddock, Daniel, Brill. All starters, all back into the ball game for the Indians. Lost in the paint, it is retrieved by Kimball. Obianazi to the other end of the floor. From long range, boom, with a three. And you got a timeout or a 5-second violation. 5-second violation. And it'll be Buccaneer basketball. Homney trying to put another three on the board. The miss. Daniel to the other end of the floor. And you got the offensive charge to Dudley. Maybe that came before Dudley. Apparently it is going to be Daniel charged with the offensive. Kimball off the glass. Rebounded by McDonald. Daniel to Ruddock. Ruddock to the top side of the key. Puts up the shot near the charity stripe. Rebounded by McDonald. Feeds over to Brill. And Brill for two. Homney working away to the paint. Able to get rid of it to Obianazi. Obianazi caught the rim on the 8-footer. An opportunity for Chipola to make it one, maybe tie it up. How about a 1-point game? McDonald for two. Got a jump ball over in the corner. The possession arrow will keep it on the Shelton State end of the floor. Daytona State in Northeast Mississippi coming up next. But I don't know that anybody outside of Daytona State and Northeast Mississippi thinking about the next game yet. Nicola expanding it again to a 3-point lead. Back to a 1-point contest. Romney quickly down the floor. Gets it over to Thomas. Thomas got herself into a bit of a bind, got the jump ball, and this time it will send us to the Chipola end of the floor. Lob down low, Daniel, short. Rebounded by Nicola, given over to Hobney. Off the glass for Nicola. And a timeout on the floor asked for by Chipola. With 5:15 left. And the Buccaneers up by 3. .5:15 left to play in this one. 51-48. Buccaneer lead. Indians with a halftime advantage. Buccaneers with a lead now, but boy, when these two teams meet, there's no telling what can happen in 5 minutes and 15 seconds. In play to Runnick. Daniel dumping it down to Brill, trying to get a feel for where Nicola is. Missed the shot. Hobney's got it, going the other way. Off on the 3 try. Tip from the backside by Thomas. Nearly took it away. Runnick in and out on the 3. McDonald trying to get the putback. Nicola with it. And then Nicola takes a shot to the face. Took a shot and she pointed to the nose. comes out of the ball game. I don't know if she broke skin on that nose, but she obviously took a shot. And will come out of the ball game. No, she'll stay in the game. So that answers another question, that if it did break skin, there's no blood. Maybe just kind of a scratch type thing. Because if there were little splats of blood, that should be off the floor, or would be off the floor. She's not, so there's not. And still providing very good defense, defending against Heron, and Heron not able to deliver. Compliments of Nicola. Given to Nicola in a three-point game with 3:44 to go. From the top of the key. Three missed by Bone. Nicola able to track it down. And there is a foul on the floor, apparently committed by McDonald. Hamdi puts it in play to Nicola. Nearly lost and able to get it back. Bone 4-3 off the rim. And it is tracked down by Ruddock. Give it out front to Daniel, asking for the Heron screen. Thomas steps around it. Missed by Ruddock, gathered in by Thomas. Give it over to Hamdi. And that'll go out of bounds off Nicola. .245 left to go in this one. Off the glass, no good, but a foul. And that is charged to Nicola. So Daniel going to the strike with an opportunity to turn a one-possession game that's kind of a longer one possession into one of the shorter one-possession games. Two for two, it's a one-point game. Stolen away by Daniel. And the offensive charge to Daniel. Well, you can see a very upset Coach Roll as it is put in play to Hamdi. They called him back out front. Hamdi with it. Hamdi with a drive. Thomas, loose ball intended for Obi and Ozzie. Bone off the glass. Rebounded by Camerucci. And a timeout on the floor asked for by Chipola. Buccaneers lead it by not a whole lot. Well, there are the Pepins from France watching the game. And we are just hearing that in nearby Plains, Georgia, President Carter passing away apparently yesterday. Very good man who had such a positive impact post-presidency. Passes away at 100 in nearby Plains. And our thoughts and prayers with the family. Here, a minute 43 to go. McDonald with it. Contact, and boy, that wasn't just contact. It was like a collision course, but who initiated it? Obianazi's the one that went down, but apparently it was Obianazi that committed the foul. And it is McDonald who will go to the line with an opportunity to tie and then give Chipola the lead. Should I mention the possibility of an OT game? I mean, we like our basketball in regulation. But maybe that's not the way it's supposed to be. We'll see in 90 seconds. 51 each. Buccaneers and Indians. And a push from the backside to Nicola. That is Brill who did the push. And that has got Nicola going to the stripe, shooting some really big free throws. Nicola is a good free throw shooter, 80%. Brill and Nicola, that's been a battle that's been going on for almost 40 minutes. Lobbed over to Nicola. Giving out to Hobney, wants a Nicola screen. And coughs the ball up. Ruddock going the other way with a half minute to play. And there was a timeout on the floor, and I think the argument is in regards to the score, which says 53-52. It did at one point say 54-52. So I think that is the reason for the timeout in discussing the score. And that's going to have more than one official scorekeeper coming over. Well, and now it is 53 each, according to the scoreboard. And apparently what happened, I'm assuming, is that 1 point obviously was added to the wrong side of the board, and when it was 54-52, should have actually been 53 each, which is what we currently have on the scoreboard with 21 seconds remaining. Well, this is a situation where if you are Shelton State, and if it does stay 53 all, you're loving the current score. And if you're in Chipola, you're not particularly pleased. However, whatever the score is officially is the score. And that's what we've got, a 53 each game. And I think Chipola has gotten their official scorekeeper over as well. And everything discussed. And both sides seem to be in agreement. Officials obviously as well. And it is a 53-all game. Dropped in, Obianazi committing the foul. Daniel with an opportunity for another. And a chance to turn it into a 4-point play. Well, now they're saying a 3-point play. Now we've got a discussion as to whether she was inside or outside of the arc, and apparently she was touching the arc. That is a huge advantage for Shelton State. You were looking at a chance of making this a 4-point lead, a 2-possession game with 11 seconds to play. And now the best you can do is make it a 3-point 1-possession game. Rebounded by Ruddock. Homney coming out to commit the foul. And Chipola with a chance to put this one away. Big free throws from Daniel. Make one, you give the Bucks a chance. Make both, and it's going to be tough. Timeout asked for by the Buccaneers with 5 seconds to go.
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
Big free throw. Coach Madonna Thompson hoping that the timeout iced Daniel. It is good, and the lead is 4. And now you've got the Buccaneers down by 2 possessions with 5 seconds to go. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. By the way, we wrap up coverage of this one quickly as we try to get ready for game number 3. And that'll be Daytona State and Eastern, check that, Northeast Mississippi in about 20 minutes. So we won't hang around the end of this one long. In a 57-53 game. Buccaneers have got to score quickly, real quick, and get the ball back. And they're not going to score quick enough. And that is your ball game. 57-53. Chipola stays unbeaten as they improve to 15-0. Thanks for watching our coverage. You're clearing the scoreboard here, so we'll clear out too and get ready for Daytona State and Northeast Mississippi coming up next on JockJive.